As we really get into dividing with decimals, I wanted to take some time to model a few problems. It really is a review of the long division that we did late fall, early winter, but for some reason the decimal point is throwing a lot of people off. So I wanted to model several problems and model what to do with that decimal point. When the decimal point is in the dividend, like in these two problems, all you do is move it up to where your answer will be, and then you just divide as if that's not even there. So it's like you're doing 195 divided by 3. 3 cannot go into 1. Okay. We bring down the 9. This is, the traditional division that most of us as adults grew up with. 3 can go into 19 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 19 minus 18 is 1. Bring down the 5. 3 can go into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. We keep going till we get a remainder of 0, so my answer here is 6.5. You can also do that with the horizontal division. This is still long division. It just keeps it neat and organized. Okay, so this would be 19.5, so our decimal point would be right about there. Same steps. 3 can go into 1 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. This time we bring up the 1. 3 can go into 19 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 19 minus 18 is 1. We're going to bring that up to the 15. 3 can go into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Remainder of 0. There's my answer. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. This time it's 4 digits. We always write our digits, 3, 6, 7, 5, to the right in the box so that we have room to bring them up. Our decimal point is here between the 3 and the 6. 7 cannot go into 3. In this one, we bring the 6 down. In this one, we bring the 3 up. 7 can go into 36 5 times. 5 times 7 is 35. 36 minus 35 is 1. Here we're going to bring the 7 down. Here we're going to bring the 1 up. 7 can go into 17 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 17 minus 14 is 3. Bring down the 5. Bring up the 3. 7 can go into 35 5 times. We get our remainder of 0. So our answer is 525 thousandths. And we got the same both ways. Here's where it's really throwing some kids off and getting a little tricky when there's a decimal point in the divisor. Okay? We don't want to divide with a decimal. We want to divide with a whole number. So I'm going to move that decimal point over to here so that it's 16.0. But when I move this decimal point, I have to move the one that's not written here. 32 is the same thing as 32.0. So I'm going to move that decimal point 2 places. And so now that decimal point is there, and I put zeros in that spot. So instead of dividing 32 by 1600ths, I'm dividing 3,200 by 16. It's going to give me the same answer. So I'm going to set this one up with 3,200. 3,200. 1600, my decimal point is there, divided by 16. Okay, and this is going to now make your life easier. 16 cannot go into 3. 0 times 16 is 3. Subtract the 0. Here the 2 is going to come down. Here the 3 is going to go up. 16 times 2 is 32. So that's, 32. 32 minus 32 is 0. Bring that 0 up. 16 cannot go into 0. Bring the 0 up. 16 cannot go into 0. Same thing over here. Bring down the 0. Bring down the 0. 16 can't go into those. So 32 divided by our original problem of 16/100ths, the answer is 200. If you're not sure, use multiplication to check it. 200 times 16/100ths. 6 times 0, 6 times 0, 6 times 2 is 12. Drop your 0, because now we're moving here. So that's the placeholder. 1 times 0, 1 times 0, 1 times 2. Okay, I could do another row of zeros, but I don't have to. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 2 plus 0, 3 plus 0. I moved my decimal point out 2, so I'm going to bring it into, and there's my answer. So that is correct. 32 divided by 16/100ths is 200. All right. Same thing here. I don't want to divide by 6/10. I want to divide by 6. So I'm going to move that decimal point here to make 6.0. But when I move that one, I also need to move this one. So now my decimal point is here between the 1 and the 2. All right. So I am doing 30, 31, and 2/10 divided by 6. 6 cannot go into 3. 0 times 6 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. Bring down the 1. Bring up the 3. 6 can go into 31 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Bring down the 2. Bring up the 1. 6 can go into 12 2 times. And we get to our remainder of 0. So our answer is 3.12 divided by 0.6 equals 5.2. Again, if you're not sure, just use multiplication to double check. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 2 decimal points, 3.12. I hope that makes sense. I will probably do another video about what to do when we don't get the remainder of 0 here, because we need to keep going until we get that remainder of 0. So I will show in another video how to add zeros on to make that happen. But for now, I wanted to model these 4 so you have it at home, and students will also have access to this video on Schoology. As always, please let me know if you still have questions.